And these guys, right from the get-go, Trey, going to come out banging, aren't they?
Don't get up, go to the bathroom, don't get a cup of coffee, pay attention. Watch the bell. It's going to be on like Donkey Kong.
Let's see. Make immediate runs at one another. Melendez, Kawajiri throwing a few there. They wrap in tight against the ropes. Melendez has a 3-inch height advantage over Kawajiri.
Whoa, no.
That one hurt.
Oh, straight right hand, right on the noggin. Oh, geez, right back. Oh, man.
And you said they were cut. It was on like Donkey Kong. Boy, were you not kidding. Each of them lands a big blow to the head of the other. Melendez falls back. Kawajiri going for him. There's
Melendez got to get out. He's got to pop out of it. This is not a good position for him to be in.
Another knee. About 3 or 4 knees to the head of Melendez. I don't think that hair is helping him very much.
Oh, geez, that was a tough position to be in there. Melendez, great recovery time, man. He got rocked. He got put down on his back. You know, got dazed and definitely made himself get back in there.
Kawajiri cut on the left cheek, blood dripping a little bit. Timeout called by the referee. And Trig, boy, is this a good break for Melendez?
It's going to give him
maybe
a chance
gain
to
his
recover.
senses a little bit.
I think it looks like Melendez got a little cut on his chin too. Oh, they're reaching for the.
Maybe those 3 or 4
oh,
knees
here we
that
go.
hit
We just
Melendez
got a
in the
yellow
head.
card. Just put out yellow card. They give Melendez a yellow card for grabbing a hold of the rope. It's a rule infraction. Every card that you see will be a 10% deduction from his purse. One of those knees did definitely. Oh no, it looks like it was blood from Kawajiri. It was the blood of Kawajiri on Melendez's face, which is the reason.
Well, Melendez, the recipient of a few unlucky knees there by Kawajiri, along with a strong right. We get back to action here. Melendez caught him with a right.
Uh-oh. Nice flying knee. Great job, Melendez. Uses athletic ability. Kawajiri's so strong. Built like just a brick house. He's just so tough. He's so strong. Melendez is so wily. Good hips.
How entertaining are the first minute, 20 seconds of this fight?
Melendez spent a lot of time. Great balance. Look at him sliding that knee out. Stepping in, great balance. But this is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. That position that Kawajiri just had him in, Melendez should have fallen down on his back, but he has such great balance, such great positioning in the ring. Even now, he's still with the overhook. He's still in a good spot.
In the corners,
pushing away. Pushing away, popping up. Doing an okay job here, Melendez. But earlier, he might have been in the corner, could have got a little caught, but he used his feet to push himself out. I'm interested to see how both guys now are going to start pushing away. Good job on Gilbert stepping in now. He's getting the single leg. He's definitely going to step in and start picking him up.
When you get close to the ropes, is it tough not to grab a hold of them just with your natural instincts?
Are you asking me as a broadcaster or as a fighter?
As a fighter.
As a fighter, I grab those things all the stinking time. Oh my, it's amazing. Something's there, you grab a hold of it. You don't even realize you're doing it till it's too late. You don't mean to, you're not trying to cheat. It's just there. It's something to grab a hold of.
You know, in the scouting report on Melendez, a very aggressive fighter, doesn't really take a step back, but it could also work to his disadvantage.
If the opponents
know how to defend it.
Exactly. If he walks into that straight right, he could be in trouble, but so far he's been okay. He hasn't been caught with it yet.
Another right, got another couple knees in there, but Kawajiri, you talked about his physique and how strong he is. They don't seem to be affecting him as they trade a couple blows in the corner.
See, did you see that position right there? That as they were changing those blows, Melendez realized he wasn't connecting, so he immediately took a half step back and got a good position to get a shot off. Now, if they were in open space, he would have finished that single leg takedown, but because they're against the corner, they got caught and couldn't finish.
Kawajiri in tight on Melendez again in the corner. You know, Melendez 11-0.
Nice reversal. Wow, he was getting taken down by Kawajiri. Did a great job of that body lock to reverse it around.
How tough an opponent is Kawajiri for a guy Melendez's caliber? 11-0, hasn't fought too many big fighters of note.
This is his biggest fight. Melendez's biggest fight is right now.
He just took one from Kawajiri. At the top, they don't seem to be phasing him.
You know what? Honestly, both these guys are definitely in this fight. It's still either fighter's game. You know, I love Gilbert's style because even though he got hit earlier, he recovered very quickly and he's stepping in. And he's starting to get after. He's starting to push the pace a little bit more. Nice uppercut, stepping in, trying to turn the corner. And see, this is the thing, is he sets it up, constant motion, constant movement, right to the rear, right to the back mount with both hooks in.
He's got the hooks in. Can he get his hands around his neck?
Oh, if you look at Kawajiri's feet, he crossed over, Gilbert crossed his feet. Kawajiri has his feet locked up now. If he extends his hip out and they're in a better position, he could cause an ankle lock on Gilbert, but I don't think he's doing a good job of defending, getting that arm over his head, good job defending the rear choke.
How about the right arm of Melendez?
In trouble, sitting up. Now this is controlling that right arm like that allows you to get back up to your feet.
Melendez taken down by Kawajiri in the corner. Halfway through the first round of this 2-round fight between Melendez and Kawajiri. Another knee.
But he's got to get out of there. He's got to get up. But he's got to get out of his feet. If he doesn't stay down here, you know, if he's going to stay down, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
A couple insignificant shots to the back of Kawajiri there.
Yeah, they're just trying to loosen him up because he's holding onto his head. It's a really tough position. It kind of turns your head a little bit.
Like the ref. We see another yellow here.
No, I don't think they're stalling in this position. I think both guys are trying to work a little bit, even though the ref is calling for action. You got to remember they had such a fast pace. This is now a normal paced fight, is what we're seeing now.
Kawajiri couldn't guard those rights that he just took from Melendez.
Sitting up. Nice, see, nice position here in the half guard, but both guys are still pushing the pace. Oh wow, I'm pretty surprised. Gilbert conceded and gave the guard back.
Melendez.
I like
we try to pick him up.
That's what I was going to say. He looks like he's in a position to pick him up, but what he should do, because he has his lower back wrapped up, is suck him back out, pull him back out, so his head is going to be on the canvas right against the ring post. Gives him no space to maneuver, and he can get down some good ground and pound.
How tough is it to get a guy in that position up in the air and slam him in the ground?
It's so tough, because especially the guy Kawajiri is so strong. It's going to be hard to maneuver him in any position.
Now they're separated.
Good job by the ref to give him a little space, make him reset. Gilbert still looks like he's still ready to go. He's still ready to move. He's, you know, even if he's not, he's selling it to the judges.
3 minutes left in the first round. They exchange a few haymakers, and Melendez looks like he just landed one on Kawajiri.
He's starting to see now. He's starting to get trying to reach on his striking now. He's starting to get longer punches, starting to use them to a lot better his ability.
Another one.
Nice
Kawajiri
body.
a better striker here. A better striker by nature, but Melendez seems to be landing a few more on Kawajiri in this situation.
Yeah. It's you know, really on paper, you know, Kawajiri should be the better striker, but right now he's not showing it at all. And this is the thing. This is the reason why, you know, he said in an interview with us that he is a better MMA fighter. What's better? Striking, his jiu-jitsu, his wrestling. He says, I'm a better MMA guy. And what he's doing is he's striking, he's going to the takedown, he's popping up, he's going back to striking, trying to pass the guard. You know, he's making it a whole game. He's doing it all the way around.
And he doesn't throw a lot of looping punches, landed a couple straight ones right into the head of Kawajiri.
This is one of my complaints about the MMA world today. A lot of the new fighters, a lot of the younger guys are doing a lot of looping punches that aren't connected. Because a couple of guys are very successful at looping punches or knocking guys out. They're trying to mimic that, and it's not really the way you should be throwing punches.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the first round. Another uppercut attempted by Melendez. Misses. Kawajiri gets it right. Melendez gets a shot on now. Kawajiri on the ground. Like one of Melendez's rights landed Kawajiri and shaking him up a little bit.
I think so, but he's doing a great job of wrestling in here. Melendez is now he's in it. Oh, he almost had a sweep there. I'm sorry. I started me a little bit because I thought he was actually going to pull it off, and he wasn't able to. So he's consistently always trying to get back up, always trying to get back to his feet.
And he put on more muscle for this fight.
Oh, a great head slam. Oh, great counter. Get a guy high on your back like that, grab a hold of his head, and just body, you know, bring his head down and slam it on the mat. And that, by the way, for those that are new, Gilbert actually from underneath grabbed a hold of Kawajiri's head and slammed it on the canvas.
1 minute remaining in the first round. Fighters separate. You hear Melendez's corner yelling, "Breathe, baby, breathe."
It's time. This is the hardest part now. As you start to get through this first round, 10 minutes is a long time to fight straight through. You know, that minute break does a lot of good when you're in the middle, when you get a 5-minute.
And you just saw Melendez there. Doesn't throw a lot of looping punches. We saw here with under a minute remaining in the first round, he just threw a looping punch and missed completely.
It's, you know, you got to get that range. You got to get that distance. Stepping in, doing 1 or 2 punches, a bunch of punch combinations. You have to do it.
Blood dripping down the left cheek of Kawajiri, also from the nose.
You can tell that Kawajiri's getting tired. Nice tie clinch here by Kawajiri. But Melendez is just so strong and so lengthy, he's able to push it off. Notice how both guys are starting to slow down a little bit. The punch is getting a little bit slower. This is what happens when you get tired. They're not falling out of favor. They're not starting to fall apart as fighters. They're just getting tired.
Come to the end of the first round. Melendez tries a weak one. Doesn't really get it. Melendez, a little bit of speed, makes his way into the corner. How tired is he, Trig?
Both guys have to be exhausted. You know, you expend a lot of energy in an MMA fight. This isn't like football where you go hard for 6 or 7 seconds and you have a 30-second, break. This is, you're going hard for 10 minutes. It's really, really difficult. I like to see Gilbert try to throw a couple more jabs and follow it up with a big straight left hand, because his left hand is so much stronger, or excuse me, his right hand is so much stronger that when he, throws those jabs out there and tries to come over the top, he can catch Kawajiri if he tries to.
Kawajiri did extra basic strength training for this fight so he wouldn't give in. Trig, take us through a couple of these big blows that he lands.
Look at that. I mean, overhand right, because Gilbert stepped in as he was trying to throw. This is very early in the first round. It's the first one to knock him down. He stepped in as he was throwing. Kawajiri just also leaped over. Both guys are trying to land big haymakers, but Kawajiri threw the power right as Melendez threw the straight jab, and that's what caught him and put him down on his butt. Great job here. Melendez comes over and throws that jab again and just rocks Kawajiri. I got to be honest with you, Robbie. I would love to see Gilbert fight February 24th at Thomas & Mack. He's a great competitor. He's an American, and right now, and I hope it goes through all the way through tonight's fight, he's still undefeated. He's a cat at the lightweight division that I think can pretty much battle and compete with anybody in the world right now.
Melendez, battling an elbow injury, was supposed to fight in November, but had to withdraw. It doesn't seem like we're seeing any effects of that, do you think?
No, not at all. He's really full back to 110%, not even 100%.
Round 2. Some big blows exchanged in round 1. Let's see how the final 5 minutes of this fight go. Melendez misses with another looping punch.
Good job at Kawajiri, stepping in, getting the body lock, and keeping against the fence, against the ropes. But it's difficult because the difference is between the fence, which some of you are familiar with, and the ropes is the fence is unforgiving. There's no space to move. When you're against the rope, there's a little bit of give, which allows the guy a little bit more space. You have to be a better skilled athlete to fight when you're fighting in a ring, because there is so much more that you have to deal with in open space and open time.
Another big left by Kawajiri lands to the head of Melendez. These guys are exchanging blows like crazy here. Melendez misses with a big looping left. Slipped on that.
Good job of both these guys. Starting to keep the exchange up. I'm really happy to see. But you notice how Gilbert's still light on his feet. He's still moving. Even though his punching is getting a little bit sloppy, it's still good enough to knock Kawajiri out if it lands one quick.
Kawajiri underestimate Melendez before this fight?
It looks like a little bit, because he's really trying to step in here with power. He's a little confused. You can see it in his eyes right now, because we're in the best seat in the house. We're right ringside. We get to see a better view than anybody at home does. And his eyes are telling me that he's very surprised the fight is going this long.
A couple uppercuts by Kawajiri. Make it to the chin. Another big swing. Misses.
Someone's going to get knocked out in this bout. I got to be honest with you, because both these guys are really trying to swing heavy.
You think if the right punch lands, somebody's done?
Yeah.
They're looking at stars.
We count lights.
And Melendez.
Wow. See, I thought Kawajiri got rocked right there, but he went for a shot. I thought Melendez hit him and knocked him down.
Kawajiri takes him down. He's got Melendez jumps right back up again, showing that good athletic ability.
That's old-fashioned wrestling style, man. You don't want to be down on the ground. Especially with a guy you're starting to tag on your feet, and you're in better cardio shape. you know, Melendez firmly believes that he's in better cardio shape than everybody he fights, and he gets in there and gets after it, and he's driving him into the corner, keeping a good head position. You know, Kawajiri's got to be getting frustrated now.
Almost through the halfway point in the second round here, Trig. You see the blood dripping from the left cheek of Kawajiri once again.
You know, it's funny because that cut happened in the first 15 seconds of the first round.
Melendez in this fight, no matter what happens, seems to be making a name for himself in Pride Fighting Championships.
That's one of the things as a fighter you really like about Pride is that it's not really about the wins or losses. It's not about your record. It's about how tough, how much spirit you show when you fight. Melendez, no matter what happens at the end of this fight, is for sure absolutely making a huge name for himself in Pride Fighting Championships.
Melendez, just his second fight in Pride Fighting Championships, won his first one. There's an undercut by Kawajiri. These guys are exchanging big-time blows here in the second round.
It's surprising because they threw so heavy in the first, but you do see the Kawajiri getting a little bit more tired. He's starting to back off.
2 minutes left. There you hear the corner of Melendez yelling out to their guy. There's a big left. And Kawajiri, Trig, this is going to be tough. Should this fight go another minute, 45 seconds to the bell?
So far, the advantage is to Melendez. He's completely controlling the takedown game. You know, every time he gets taken down, he bounces up. He's not even there for two seconds. He's getting right back up again. And when he takes down Kawajiri takes a couple seconds to get up.
Left and right from Melendez lands. Kawajiri again. These guys are just exchanging them in the corner here. This is getting heated here at the latter stages of this fight. Just a minute, 20 seconds remaining.
Well, great job by Gilbert. He backed out.
Keeps throwing them. The corner's yelling, take your shots, and make no mistake about it. Melendez is doing just that.
He's really starting to light him up. He's getting a lot more confident in his striking game. Oh, geez.
Melendez extends and lands it.
The uppercut and the hook both landed.
And the combos, we're under a minute remaining. The crowd's getting a little out here. They sense an exciting final minute of this fight here. Trig, how hard is it to fight with a mop like that on your head?
You know, honestly, I can't. I usually fight with no hair, and when I do have hair, it's not that long, so I don't know. It's difficult. It's got to spend a lot of time in your face.
I mean, does he see where he's throwing all these punches? I mean, he's just letting them fly left and right. Does he know where they're going? Because some of them are landing, some of them are missing by a lot.
Well, you know what? I think a lot of it, too, is Gilbert's inexperience.
He just got one there.
Game. He's closing his eyes as he's punching, too. Not only, wow,
and when Kawajiri slips, Melendez gets another one in on him. With 15 seconds remaining here.
Gilbert needs to spin himself off the rope, get himself off the edge, control the center of the ring, get his butt back to the center of the ring, spin himself off here, and make sure that, he sends a solid message to the judges.
Well, under 3 seconds remaining, there's not anything else Melendez can do here. As we hear the final bell go off in this fight, and the fighters shake hands, give each other a little hug. Trig, both guys exchange a lot of blows, a lot of hard punches, a lot of missed punches. What do you think?
Really, if you look at it, Melendez wins and all the way down it. He was trying, both guys were trying to KO or submit. It's kind of even, but damage. He cut Kawajiri, so he wins that. Effective striking, ground control definitely goes to Gilbert. He hit a lot more than he missed. Takedown defense obviously goes to Gilbert, and aggressiveness. And as he's throwing here, he's throwing his whole body. One of the things that Gilbert's going to start working on too is the striking game, is getting those long straight punches to connect a little bit more. He backed Kawajiri off, who's known never to be backed off. Kawajiri, when he plants his feet and starts throwing, he stays right in there. But when you saw that replay, Gilbert backs him all the way off. He backs him all the way out. And Kawajiri just, you look at the body types, Kawajiri looks to be more muscular, but I got to be honest with you, I think Gilbert was the stronger fighter here tonight.
Let's see if Melendez can go to 2-0 in Pride Fighting Championships.
Judge Miyake. Melendez. Judge Kawajiri. Melendez. Yuke. Shusa.
And it's Melendez. Melendez by unanimous decision does go to 2-0. Trig, you were exactly right. Stronger with the punches, stronger on the ground. He's 2-0.
I got to be honest with you. As a fighter, if you're jumping on me like I just had a fight like that, I'm going to bite somebody. Get off me. I can't breathe. You know what? I'm so happy for Gilbert because I really think he'd be a great guy. I'd love to see him fight in February. I really would like to have him come down and fight in February at the next Pride event in Las Vegas. He really is a guy that the American public should be happy with, especially now. He's 12-0 overall, 2-0 in Pride. He's a guy that the American public should get behind.
And that celebration in the corner reminiscent of a kicker in football. kicking a game-winning field goal in overtime and 52 other guys jumping on top of him at the worst possible time.
Yeah, it's hard enough to breathe as it is. You know, why do you want somebody else on top of you? But yep, there they are.